Good afternoon. Today we are going to take the continuation of our fourth chapter. Okay, production of metals. Here our topic is extraction of metals. So in the previous class we have discussed on the topic production of metals such as metallurgy. Okay. So here metallurgy involves three main steps such as what is our first step? Concentration process. Second step extraction and third one refining process. Okay. We have already completed concentration process. It is in four different methods. We already completed. Then second one extraction. Okay. So extraction includes two main processes. Okay. So second metallurgy process is extraction. Extraction includes two processes. First one converting converting carbonate or hydroxide ore into oxide form. Okay, so producing oxide ore. And second one is reduction. Okay, so here converting carbonate ore into which one? Oxide form. Okay, for this we are using two methods. One is calcination and another one is roasting. Okay, so these are the two main steps, calcination and roasting. Here, calcination proceeds absence of air condition. Absence of air. And roasting proceeds presence of air. Okay, so this is the main difference. Absence of air and presence of air condition. And here, for calcination, we are using carbonate or hydroxide ore. Okay, so this carbonate or hydroxide ore is converted into oxide form. That is the main aim for calcination process. Okay, then second one, roasting involves sulfide ore is converted into which one? Oxide form. Okay. So roasting involves the conversion of sulfide ore into which one? Oxide form. Okay. So once again I am repeating. Listen carefully. Calcination and roasting. Here calcination proceeds absence of air. Roasting proceeds presence of oxygen. And second one, carbonate, that means CO3. Okay, carbonate having the formula CO3. CO3 or OH, hydroxide ore. These ores are converted into oxide ore. So this involves calcination process. Okay, and the second one, roasting process. Here roasting involves sulfide ore is converted into oxide form. So here sulfide ore is converted into oxide form. So these are the two differences between calcination and roasting. Okay. Then our next topic is reduction process. Okay. What is the use of reduction? Why we are using reduction? Here reduction involves, that is, extraction of metal. So extraction of metal from metal oxide. Okay. So in the previous step, we obtained metal oxide. Now we are going to extract metal from metal oxide. That is the main aim for reduction. Okay. So for example, FeO. This is metal oxide. So we are going to reduce the metal from metal oxide. Okay. For this reduction, we are using reducing agent. Reducing agent. So for reduction, we are using reducing agent. Okay. Three types of reducing agent are used here. One is carbon. Second one is carbon monoxide. And third one, electricity. Okay. So listen. Very important one. What are the reducing agent we are using here? Carbon, carbon monoxide, and electricity. These three are generally known as reducing agent. Okay. Then first two, carbon and carbon monoxide are used for low reactive metals. Okay. Very reactivity, very low metals. And electricity is used for high reactive metals, okay, such as sodium, aluminium, magnesium, this and that. Okay, for high reactive metals, we are using electricity, and for low reactive metals, we are using which one? Carbon and carbon monoxide. Is it clear for you? So, നമ്മൾ എന്താണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് റിഡക്ഷനിൽ മെറ്റൽ ഓക്സൈഡിൽ നിന്നും മെറ്റൽ മാത്രമാണ് എക്സ്ട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ FeO എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതിന്റെ Fe മാത്രം നമുക്ക് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു പ്രോസസ് ആണ് റിഡക്ഷൻ. ഈ റിഡക്ഷനിൽ നമ്മൾ ഏതൊക്കെയാണ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്? റെഡ്യൂസിങ് ഏജന്റ്. 3 ടൈപ്സ് ഓഫ് റെഡ്യൂസിങ് ഏജന്റ് such as കാർബണും കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡും ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി. ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി എപ്പോഴാണ് കൊടുക്കേണ്ടത്? ഹൈ റിയാക്റ്റീവ് മെറ്റൽ. കാർബണും കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡും ലോ റിയാക്റ്റീവ് മെറ്റലിനാണ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. So this process is known as reduction process. Next one, another third process, metallurgy process. Okay, metallurgy involves 3 steps. Our last step is refining process. Refining means purification. Okay, here based on the impurities, that is impurities present in each and every work, it can be divided into so many steps. Refining process such as liquation. Very important one more question, so listen carefully. Liquation, distillation, and electrolytic refining. Okay, so these are the 3 important steps which is involved in refining process. Okay, so first one liquation, second one distillation, third one electrolytic refining. Okay. In the first one, liquation. For liquation, we are using one surface, okay, sloping surface or inclined surface. First of all, this liquation is suitable for, very important, first one, low melting point metals. So, it is only suitable for low melting point metals. So, very important one. And the second point is, the examples are tin and lead. So this is the 1 mark question. Definitely they will ask, what are the examples for liquation? What are the examples of metals for liquation process? Tin and lead. Okay, so don't forget this one. Then third one, here the pure metal flows down. Okay, pure metal flows down, and the impure metal is settled in the retort. For this, we are using one sloping surface, and the metal is placed here. After applying temperature, the pure metal flows down, and the impure metal is settled here. Okay, this process is known as liquation process. So, what are the points involved here? First one, it consists of low melting point metals such as tin and lead. And what happens here? If the metal is heated, pure metal flows down, and the impure metal is settled in the retort. So this process is known as liquation process. This is very important. Liquation process is tin and lead. One mark question. What are the examples? Tin and lead. Note down this point. Low melting point select. Second refining process is distillation. Distillation. Okay. So distillation is used for low boiling point. What happens in liquation? The metal is used for low melting point. Here we are using low boiling point. So that is the main difference. Okay. So the low boiling point and low melting point opposite. Next, second one. Here we are using the metals zinc, cadmium, mercury. Okay, so what are the examples for distillation metals? Zinc, cadmium, mercury. Note down these points: zinc, cadmium, and mercury. Okay, here the same. The metal is taken in the retort, and after applying temperature, the pure metal get vaporized. Okay, vaporized, and the vapor is collected in the condenser, and this vapor is purified to get a pure metal. Okay, ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത്? നേരത്തെ നമ്മൾ നോക്കിയാൽ പ്യുവർ മെറ്റൽ അടിയിലേക്ക് വരും, ക്ലോസ് ഡൗൺ ആണ്. പക്ഷെ ഇതിൽ പ്യുവർ മെറ്റൽ വേപ്പറൈസ് ആയിട്ട് ആ വേപ്പേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ കളക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് മെറ്റൽ ആക്കി മാറ്റും. So this is the process for distillation. Okay, so here distillation involves what are the main steps? Low boiling point like zinc, cadmium, mercury. And what happens here? If the metal is heated, the pure metal gets vaporized and the vapor is collected and it can be converted into pure metal form. So the impure metal flows down. Okay, near opposite ആണ് ട്ടോ. Okay, next one. Refining, electrolytic refining. For this electrolytic refining. Okay, for this electrolytic refining, listen, very important one. Electrolytic refining, we are using anode, cathode, and one electrolyte. Okay, so these are the materials needed for electrolytic refining. Electrolytic means passing of electricity. Okay, so electrolytic refining involves three materials such as anode, cathode, and electrolyte. Okay, here anode is a positive charge, cathode is a negative one, and electrolyte is the solution. Okay, this solution is used to conduct electricity. This solution ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലാണ് electricity pass ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ electrolyte എന്ന് പറയാ. ഏത് solution ആണോ കണ്ടക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതിനെയാണ് electrolyte എന്ന് പറയാ. Okay, here we are using anode positive charge, cathode negative charge. Okay, always minus form is pure metal. Then positive is taken for impure metal. Okay, so ഇത് മാറ്റരുതിട്ടാ. ഇത് മാറ്റി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മാർക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. പ്യുവർ മെറ്റൽ എപ്പോഴും നെഗറ്റീവ് ആയിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുന്നത്. impure metal ആണ് പോസിറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ട് എടുക്കുക. Okay, so listen. For example, we are taking one red charge, one positive charge and negative charge. Positive is always taken for impure metal and negative is taken for pure form. Okay, here we are using electrolyte. After passing electricity, the pure metal and impure metal is separated alone. So this is the process for electrolytic refining process. So don't change this word. Okay, for example, we are having electrolytic refining of copper. Okay, now look at this figure, copper. Very important one, 2 mark question. Listen. This figure shows the electrolytic refining of copper. Okay, what happens here? To separate anode are taken, anode and cathode, positive charge and negative charge. Okay, so note down this point. Negative is taken as pure metal and positive is taken as impure metal. Okay, what is the electrolyte we are using here? Copper sulfate solution. Then the pure metal flows down and the impure metal is separated after passing electricity. Okay, here some of the impurities are settled below the anode. Okay, what is the name of that impurities? Anode mud. Note down this point, anode mud. Here the impurities present below the anode is called anode mud. ഒന്നുകൂടി പറയാം, ആനോഡിന്റെ അടിയിൽ അതിന്റെ താഴെ ആയിരിക്കും impurities വന്ന് സെറ്റിൽ ആവുന്നത് പ്രോസസ് ഒക്കെ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട്. അപ്പൊ ആ impuritiesനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയേണ്ടത് ആനോഡ് മഡ് എന്ന് പറയട്ടാ. ഇത് എപ്പോഴാണ്? കോപ്പറിന്റെ ഇലക്ട്രോലൈറ്റിക് റിഫൈനിങ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കിട്ടുന്ന ആ impuritiesന്റെ പേരാണ് ആനോഡ് മഡ്. Okay, once again I am repeating, refining involves 3 steps such as which one? Liquation, distillation, electrolytic refining. Liquation involves low melting point such as tin and lead. Then what about in distillation? It contains low boiling point such as zinc, cadmium and mercury. Here electrolytic refining represents one anode, cathode and electrolyte. Here anode is taken for which one? Positive form and cathode is taken for negative form. Always negative form is taken as pure metal, okay, and positive form is taken as impure metal. The impurity settled below the anode is known as anode mud. Okay, so these are the steps involved in refining process. Okay. Now we are going to study the important extraction. That is iron. Okay, iron extraction. Now listen carefully. How iron is separated from their ore. What are the steps involved in this extraction? Okay. So first of all, we have to select the ore for this separation. It is otherwise known as Polish gold. Okay. For example, the important ore of iron is hematite. Hematite is the important ore for iron. From this hematite, we are going to separate iron. Okay. So what is the important ore of iron? Hematite. Don't forget this one. Okay, hematite. Then this hematite contains lot of impurities. Then Fe2O3. Fe2O3 is the main formula for hematite. Okay. Then limestone, coke plus sand. Sand is otherwise known as silicon dioxide. Okay. So what are the impurities present in hematite? A lot of impurities, Fe2O3, limestone, coke plus SiO2. ഇതെല്ലാവരും കൂടി മിക്സ് ചെയ്ത ഒരു ഫോം ആണ് ഹെമറ്റൈറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇതിന് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം? Fe മാത്രമാണ് നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത്. അപ്പൊ ബാലൻസ് ഒക്കെ നമ്മൾ ഓരോ സ്റ്റെപ്പിൽ നിന്നാണ് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോവാണ് കേട്ടോ. So very important process. So listen carefully. Okay. So this coke is otherwise known as carbon. Okay. So carbon ആണ് നമ്മൾ coke എന്ന് പറയാ. Carbon പറയില്ലേ, അതിന്റെ മറ്റൊരു പേരാണ് coke. Then silicon dioxide is otherwise known as sand. Okay. So these are the materials or compounds present in hematite ore. Okay. So first of all, we are using one type of furnace, blast furnace. In this blast furnace, iron is extracted. Okay. Why it is called blast furnace? That means we are going to apply hot air. Hot air and a temperature around 2000 degrees Celsius. Okay. That's why it is called as blast furnace. Blast means very hot air, supplying of hot air. Okay. So blast furnace is used to separate iron extraction. Now look at this figure. This figure shows the separation of iron. Okay. So this is called blast furnace. In this blast furnace, hot air is passed. And then what are the compounds are present in this ore? Hematite, then coke, limestone, silicon dioxide, then lot of impurities. Okay. So here the chemical reaction are taking place at different part. Okay. First of all, we are going to extract the impurities and then we are going to extract the main one. What is that? Iron extraction. Okay. Now for extraction, we are using the ore. Okay. What is the important ore of iron? Hematite. Okay. This hematite contains lot of impurities plus Fe2O3, silicon dioxide, SiO2 plus coke. Okay. So these are the components present in hematite ore. Okay. So the main formula is Fe2O3. Fe2O3 ആണ് ഇതിന്റെ മെയിൻ ഫോർമുല. അത് കൂടാതെ ഇതിനെ ഇംപ്യൂരിറ്റീസ് ആണ് ഇത് ഓരോന്നും ട്ടോ. ഇതൊക്കെ നമ്മൾക്ക് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്താലാണ് ഹെമറ്റൈറ്റ് ഓറിൽ നിന്നും അയൺ മാത്രം എക്സ്ട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. The other impurity is limestone. Okay. So what are the impurities present in hematite? Limestone, SiO2, coke. Okay. So these are the main impurities present in hematite ore. First of all, we are using a special type of container for extracting iron, such as blast furnace. Okay, blast furnace. Here, why it is called blast furnace? Because here we are applying hot air with 2000 degree Celsius temperature. Okay, so by applying hot air through this container, so it is called as blast furnace. Okay, so here blast furnace contains hot air with a temperature 2000 degree Celsius. Now look at this figure. So this is a figure of blast furnace. Okay, here iron is extracted. The concentrated ore is taken at the top by applying different type of temperature. Each and every impurities is removed. Finally, we got the iron. Okay, here the temperature is 2000 degree Celsius. So lot of temperature is applied here. That's why exothermic reaction is carried out. Okay, exo means heat liberating reactions are carried out. We are going to extract iron from hematite ore. Okay. First of all, we have to do magnetic separation process, and second one, roasting process. So these are the basic one. Okay. For magnetic separation, why we are using magnetic separation for extraction? Because iron ore contains some magnetic particles as impurities. That's why we are selecting magnetic separation process. Okay. Then the ore is roasted. Roasted means presence of air, applying temperature. The impurities are vaporized. For example, sulfur, arsenic, phosphorus. These are the other minute impurities present in iron. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന പ്രോസസ് മാഗ്നറ്റിക് സെപ്പറേഷൻ ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. പിന്നെ ചെയ്യുന്നത് റോസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആണ്. റോസ്റ്റിംഗ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ വളരെ മൈന്യൂട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഇംപ്യൂരിറ്റീസ്, ഞാൻ അതിൽ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല, ആ മൈന്യൂട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഇംപ്യൂരിറ്റീസ് എല്ലാവരും ഇതിന് വേപ്പറൈസ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്. Then the next step. Okay. So here the step is starting. First we are going to remove coke. Okay, what are the impurities are present here? Coke, limestone plus SiO2 with the Fe2O3. Okay, so this is the main word. These are the impurities. So first of all, we are going to remove this coke. Okay, coke is otherwise known as carbon. So we are taking this coke. This coke is treated with excess of oxygen to form CO2. Okay, so this is our first equation. Carbon, coke is treated with excess of oxygen to produce CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, again this carbon dioxide is treated with excess of carbon. Okay, excess of carbon to produce CO. Okay, so here carbon monoxide is our second product. നമ്മൾ എന്തിനാണ് ഈ കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡ് ഇവിടെ കിട്ടുന്നവരെ ചെയ്യണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് ഈ കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡ് നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത സ്റ്റെപ്പിൽ ആവശ്യമുണ്ട് Fe2O3 നെ റെഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. So that's why carbon monoxide is obtained as the product. Okay, so here coke is removed. Our first step is we have to remove the coke from its ore. Okay, for that we are selecting coke, and for applying excess oxygen we are getting carbon dioxide. Again this carbon dioxide is treated with excess of carbon to get carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide is used for reducing agent. Okay, in the previous topic I told about reducing agent. Okay, so this carbon monoxide is used to reduce this. Okay, so this is our first step. നമുക്കിപ്പോ കിട്ടിയതിൽ കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡ് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കണം. Okay, then second one Fe2O3. So this Fe2O3 is treated with carbon monoxide, which is obtained in the previous step. Okay, carbon monoxide is the food treat. Then what happens here? This carbon monoxide is reducing this ion. Okay, then COO. These are combined together to form CO2, and balance ion is separated. So this is our second step. Okay, so this carbon monoxide is used to reduce iron from oxide. Our second step endana നമ്മളിവിടെ കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡ് കൊടുക്കാണ്. അങ്ങനെ കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ Fe2O3 ന്ന് ഓക്സിജൻ റിലീസ് ആയിട്ട് Fe മാത്രം നമുക്ക് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് തരും. അതാണ് കാർബൺ മോണോക്സൈഡിന്റെ ഒരു യൂസ്. അപ്പൊ അത് കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് third one we are going to remove limestone. Okay, this one limestone. Coke removed, then Fe2O3 is reduced. The next one limestone. The chemical formula of limestone is CaCO3. This is known as limestone. Calcium carbonate. The chemical formula of limestone is calcium carbonate. This limestone is treated with temperature, high temperature. Okay, high temperature. By applying high temperature, it gets decomposed to form CaO plus CO2. ഇത് ആഡ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയൊക്കെ ഇത് രണ്ടും കൂടി ആഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഈ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് കിട്ടും CaCO3. Okay, so when calcium carbonate undergoes decomposition to produce calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay, so this calcium oxide is known as flux. So it is known as flux. ഇതിന് നമ്മൾ എന്തെന്നാ പറയുന്നത് ഫ്ലക്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു പേരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഈ ഫ്ലക്സിന്റെ യൂസ് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് ബാക്കി ഒരു ഇമ്പ്യൂരിറ്റി കൂടി ഉണ്ട്. ആ ഇമ്പ്യൂരിറ്റീസിനെ ഇതിന്റെ കൂടെ ചേർക്കുമ്പോൾ അത് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കും. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ ഫ്ലക്സ് ആയിട്ട് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് കേട്ടോ. സോ വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആയ ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് ഫ്ലക്സ് CaO. ഇതിന്റെ യൂസ് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഒരു ഇമ്പ്യൂരിറ്റീസും കൂടി നമുക്ക് ഇവിടുന്ന് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്യണം. ഓക്കെ, സോ വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ യൂസ് ഓഫ് ദിസ് ഫ്ലക്സ്? This flux is again treated with this impurity to remove gangue particles. Okay, so we get flux here CaO. Okay, so limestone is removed. Then the final one is SiO2. Okay, so this flux is treated with this SiO2, silicon dioxide, to form slag. That is unwanted impurities. Okay, what is the final formula? First one we have to write Ca. Okay, then S. After that, how many oxygens are present here? Here 1, here 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, then Si. Okay, CaSiO3. This is known as calcium silicate. Note down this point. Okay, calcium silicate. So this flux is treated with this one. The impurity is known as gangue. Okay, the gangue എന്നാണ് പറയാത്ത impurities-നെ നേരത്തെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ലേ? അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഫ്ലക്സും gangue തമ്മിൽ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ unwanted impurities ആയിട്ട് റിമൂവ് ആവും. അതിനെയാണ് slag എന്ന് പറയാ. So slag is known as unwanted impurities. Impurities-ഉം ഫ്ലക്സും റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ slag ആണ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ആവുന്നത്. ഇത് വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആണ്. ഈ മൂന്ന് ഇക്വേഷൻ ചോദിക്കാം. ഫ്ലക്സും gangue, then slag. Okay, so what is the flux we are using here? CaO. And for gangue, SiO2. For slag, CaSiO3. Calcium oxide, silicon dioxide, calcium silicate. So these are the third step. Okay, then finally we got iron. Okay, that iron contains molten iron. അവസാനം കിട്ടുന്നത് molten iron ആയിരിക്കും. So this molten iron consists of 4% carbon. Very important one. Finally, we got a molten iron. Okay, that molten iron consists of 4% carbon plus other impurities. This iron, which consists of 4% carbon iron, is known as pig iron. So what is the special name of that iron? Pig iron. Pig iron means the iron which consists of only 4% carbon is known as pig iron. So this is the extraction of iron from hematite ore. Okay, so once again I am repeating, what is the important ore of iron? Hematite. Hematite contains the main formula Fe2O3, and the unwanted particles present in hematite is limestone, that is CaCO3, SiO2, coke. So first of all, we have to remove the coke, and secondly, we have to remove which one? Limestone, and third one, calcium silicate, that is slag, and finally we got the iron. That iron consists of molten state with 4% carbon content. So it is known as pig iron. Okay. Okay, next we are moving on to next topic. Next we have one different types of alloys. Okay, alloy means the metals which consist of more than one metal, solid plus solid. Okay, so each and every metal consists of more than one, two, three metals. Okay, so more metals are binding together to form alloys. Okay, so what is meant by alloys? Combination of more metals, that is known as alloys. Here some of the alloys and their uses and their properties are given in your textbook. Let me see what are the properties and uses. Okay, listen. Here alloy steels are stainless steel, alnico, nichrome. Okay, first one. Stainless steel contain what are the constituent elements? Fe, Cr, Ni, C. Okay. Then the property is very hard. Stainless steel very hard. Then what are the uses? It is used for the manufacture of utensils, parts of vehicles. Then alnico. Next alloy is alnico. Alnico is very important. The name itself contains what are the constituent elements are present here. അത് പേരിൽ തന്നെ ഉണ്ട് ഏതൊക്കെ എലമെന്റ് ആണ് അതിൽ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് Al അലുമിനിയം Ni നിക്കൽ CO പ്ലസ് ഒരു അയൺ കൂടി ചേർത്താൽ മതി then magnetic nature that is used for the manufacture of permanent magnet then third one nichrome nichrome itself contains the constituents such as Fe Ni Cr C so it is used for high resistance what is the use for nichrome for making heating coils. Okay. So this is the very important table you have to study. Okay. Next one. Our last topic is aluminium. Okay. Extraction of aluminium. It's also very important one. 3-mark question. Okay. Aluminium extraction. So first of all, the process. The name of the process is called. Note down this point. Okay, called Heroult process. This is the process for separating aluminium. Okay, this process is otherwise known as electrolysis. Electrolysis means by applying electricity, aluminium is separated. So the process is known as called Heroult process. These two names belongs to scientist name. Okay, called Heroult process. Then aluminium is separated. First one, the important ore of aluminium is bauxite. Okay, so this is also one more question. What is the important ore of aluminium? Bauxite. What is the important ore of iron? Hematite. Okay, so don't confuse these words. So aluminium, the important ore of aluminium is bauxite. Okay, so this is the first 2 points which can be separated by called Heroult process or electrolysis. And second one, we have to select the ore. What is the important ore of aluminium? Bauxite. Separation. Generally, what are the properties or uses of aluminium? Aluminium is used for utensils, then thermal conductivity, reflectors, etc. Okay. So here, first of all, we have to choose the process for aluminium. Okay. A lot of insoluble impurities are present in this aluminium. Then which method is suitable for concentration? ഞാൻ ആദ്യം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് insoluble impurities ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിന് ഒരു മെത്തേഡ് മാത്രമേ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ നേരത്തെ ക്ലാസ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് so that method is leaching process. Okay, so first of all aluminium undergoes leaching process. So the ore is treated with a chemical solution. ആ ore ഒരു chemical solution കൂടെ ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതിന് നമുക്ക് ഫിൽട്ടർ ചെയ്ത് കിട്ടുന്നതാണ് അലുമിനിയം. Okay, so that process is known as leaching process. Okay, so ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് leaching? First of all, we are taking bauxite ore. This bauxite ore is treated with a chemical solution. That chemical solution is known as sodium hydroxide. So this is a special solution used in leaching process. Okay, so here bauxite ore is treated with sodium hydroxide chemical solution. Then we got sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate. നന്നായി ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് വൺ ബോക്സൈറ്റ് എടുക്കുക, ഓർ എടുക്കുക, അതിന്റെ കൂടെ സോഡിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡ് ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത് സോഡിയം അലുമിനേറ്റ്. ഈ പേരൊന്നും ഒരിക്കലും മാറ്റാൻ പാടില്ല, അതിലുള്ള പോലെ തന്നെ എഴുതണം. ഓക്കെ, sodium aluminate. Then our first step is bauxite is treated with sodium hydroxide to get sodium aluminate. Okay. Again, this sodium aluminate is treated with aluminium hydroxide, a little of aluminium hydroxide plus excess of water. Okay. So this is our third step. എന്താണ് ഇവിടെ സോഡിയം അലുമിനേറ്റ് കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞത് നമ്മൾ എന്തിനു കൂടെ ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം? കുറച്ച് അലുമിനിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡ് എക്സസ് ഓഫ് വാട്ടർ കൂടി ആഡ് ചെയ്യണം. സോ വി ഗോട്ട് എ സൊല്യൂഷൻ അലുമിനിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡ് സൊല്യൂഷൻ എക്സസ് എമൗണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ കുറച്ചേ ചേർത്തിട്ടുള്ളൂ, രണ്ടും കൂടി ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് കൂടുതൽ അലുമിനിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡ് കിട്ടും. ഓക്കെ, ഈ സെയിം തന്നെയാണ് ഇവിടെ കിട്ടുന്നത്, പക്ഷെ ഇത് കുറച്ച് ചേർക്കുമ്പോൾ കൂടുതലാണ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ആവുന്നത്. Then finally this aluminum hydroxide undergoes filtering and heating process. Okay, filterum cheyanam, heating cheyanam. Finally we got alumina. Okay, so this is very important, pure form of alumina. The formula of alumina is Al2O3. So aluminium oxide is known as alumina. Alumina എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? Al2O3 ആണ് alumina. Al2O3 വരെ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടി, ഇനി നമുക്ക് അലുമിനിയം മാത്രമാണ് കിട്ടുന്നത്. അതിനാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി പാസ് ചെയ്ത് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Okay, so once again I am repeating here, bauxite ore is treated with sodium hydroxide, then we got a compound sodium aluminate. Again this sodium aluminate is treated with aluminium hydroxide, little of aluminium hydroxide and excess of water to obtain excess of aluminium hydroxide. Then this aluminium hydroxide undergoes filtering and heating to produce alumina. What is the formula of alumina? Al2O3. Okay, so this is our first step. Okay, then we are doing electrolysis. Okay, this Al2O3, this is the final compound. Okay, this Al2O3 undergoes electrolysis. That means passing of electricity. It's separated into aluminium and oxygen separately. Okay, so we got the aluminium. Okay, so here we are doing one step before doing this process, because this alumina is treated with cryolite. Very important one, cryolite. Okay, note ചെയ്തു വെച്ചോളൂട്ടാ, cryolite വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആണിത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ കൂടെ ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ക്രയോലൈറ്റിനെ ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ കാരണം എന്താണ്, എന്നിട്ടാണ് നമുക്ക് പ്രോസസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. എന്താ റീസൺ എന്ന് ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ ക്രയോലൈറ്റിന്റെ കാരണം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ അലുമിന എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ കോമ്പൗണ്ടിന്റെ തെർമൽ കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി, ഹീറ്റ് കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി കൂട്ടാനും മെൽറ്റിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് കുറയ്ക്കാനുമാണ് നമ്മൾ ചേർക്കുന്നത്. സോ ഡിക്രീസ് ദ മെൽറ്റിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് ആൻഡ് ഇൻക്രീസ് ദ തെർമൽ കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി. ഓക്കെ, ഈ രണ്ട് കാര്യം ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ക്രയോലൈറ്റ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ കൂടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ റീസൺ ഫോർ ആഡിങ് ക്രയോലൈറ്റ് ടു അലുമിന എന്ന് ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് യൂസ്ഡ് ടു ഡിക്രീസ് ദ മെൽറ്റിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് ആൻഡ് ഇൻക്രീസ് ദ തെർമൽ കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് ദ എക്സ്ട്രാക്ഷൻ. സോ വൺസ് അഗൈൻ റിപ്പീറ്റിംഗ് that alumina after passing electricity it can be converted into aluminium and oxygen. Okay, so before that we have to add cryolite with alumina. What is the reason for that? Because this cryolite is used to decrease the melting point and increase the electrical or thermal conductivity of alumina. ഇതിന്റെ thermal conductivity കൂട്ടാനും അതിന്റെ melting point കുറയ്ക്കാനും വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ചേർക്കുന്ന ഒരു സബ്സ്റ്റൻസ് ആണ് cryolite. Okay, so finally we got aluminum. Now look at this figure. What are the compounds are taking here? This is the electrolysis of aluminium. Okay, here they are using positive carbon anode and negative carbon cathode. Okay, your textbook contains lot of elements such as carbon rod positive and carbon rod negative. Then carbon powder is taken. Then steel tank molten cryolite is added to increase the thermal conductivity and decrease the melting point. Okay. Then finally we got a molten aluminium metal. So very important figure. Below this figure, equations are given. So these are the equations taking place in anode and cathode. Okay. So first reaction, what is the first reaction? Al2O3, alumina. So this alumina undergoes electrolysis to form 2Al3 plus 3O2 minus. Then again it undergoes separation for obtaining 3 electrons converted into aluminium. Then what happens in another one cathode form? 2O2 gives O2 plus 4E minus and carbon combines with oxygen to form CO2. So one more important point is the electrode. So which electrode aluminium is moved? Cathode. Okay, because aluminium has a negative charge, so it's moved towards cathode. And what about oxide ion, oxygen ion? Oxygen always moves towards anode. Okay. Now our metal chapter is over. Okay. So once again, I'm repeating the points. What are the important topics of this metals? First of all, metallurgy. Metallurgy includes three methods such as which one? Concentration, extraction, refining. Okay. Concentration done in four methods such as navigation, then flotation, magnetic separation, leaching process. Then second main step is extraction. Extraction done in different methods such as calcination, then roasting, reduction of oxide, then one more, which one? Liquefaction, distillation, electrolytic refining. So these are the processes. Then extraction of iron. What is the important ore of iron? Hematite. The important ore of aluminum is bauxite. Okay. What are the steps involved in iron extraction? Gangue, slag, and one more flux, which is used as a flux CaO, and the slag is CaSiO3. And which one? Calcium silicate is used as a slag. Okay. Here carbon monoxide is used as a reducing agent. What is the name that called an iron contain 4% carbon, which is known as pig iron. Okay. Then aluminum extraction. Aluminum is done in Hall Herold process such as electrolysis. So leaching process is done. Then what happens? Bauxite is treated with sodium hydroxide to form sodium aluminate. Again, sodium aluminate is treated with aluminum hydroxide to form which one? Excess of aluminum hydroxide. Then after undergoes filtering and heating, this aluminum hydroxide converted into alumina form, Al2O3. This alumina is treated with cryolite because it is used to decrease the melting point and increase the thermal conductivity. Okay, finally we got the aluminum extraction. Okay, so here anode, cathode, and what are the positive electrodes?